Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. What if I told you that the biggest financial shift in history didn't start last week or even last year, but 5 years ago? And what if I told you you've probably already been a part of it without even realizing it? So today, I'm going to break it down how government entitlement programs may have been the first testing ground for a nationwide digital payment system, how trust in that system was quietly built, and why we may already be halfway to full rollout. See, the story starts in 2019, but it really accelerated in 2020 when the pandemic hit. Remember, the US government needed a way to send money to millions of people fast? That was the perfect opportunity to test the mass digital payouts. So the first round of stimulus checks went out through direct deposit, prepaid debit cards, and yes, good old paper checks. But the data was clear. Digital delivery was faster, cheaper, and far easier to track. This wasn't just about getting money out the door, it was a stress test for an entirely new way of moving government money to citizens. You see, once the people had a taste for that instant payouts, the next step was building a routine. So here entered the monthly child tax credit in 2021. That was another test. This time for the recurrent payments for citizen transactions. At the time, states began rolling out universal basic income pilots. Some paid in cash, others tested digital disbursements. Millions of people were now checking their balances every month, getting used to a system that just worked. And behind the scenes, we had the fraud prevention systems like facial recognitions, logins, and ID me verification. And that's when all that became the new normal. So now we have, by 2023, the technology that was proven. And that's when we got FedNow that was launched officially. It's an instant payment network for banks officially. It's the perfect backbone for a digital dollar. Here's the genius of the rollout. They didn't start with taxes where people are paying money in. They started with benefits where people receive money. You see, that flips the psychology from suspicion to gratitude. So once it works for Social Security, SNAP, and UBI, why not use it for tax refunds, disaster relief, or even everyday payments? So right now, we're in the gentle integration phase. More benefits are going digital. States are testing mobile EBT, and private businesses are starting to accept government issued payments directly. The more people use the system, the more convenient it becomes, and the harder it is to imagine going back to paper checks or waiting days for bank transfers. If the rollout started 5 years ago, we're deep into the ecosystem building stage. The trust building, that's already been done. So what's next? If history is any guide, the next 2 years could see a nationwide expansion where tax refunds, disaster relief, and even payroll move through the same system. See, by that point, paper checks could be phased out entirely. The system will feel so normal that switching back will seem unthinkable. And that's how we get full adoption without ever forcing it overnight. If this started 5 years ago, we're not at the beginning of a financial revolution. We're halfway through it. See, the question isn't if will have a national digital payment system. The question is, it's how it will be used once it's fully in place. See, that's the question. So, do you think this is a step towards efficiency or is it a step towards control? Let me know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. See ya. Bye bye.